You have been listening to this event, of course, at the White House with President Trump, that big announcement on this new warning on a key ingredient found in pain relievers like Tylenol, linking it to autism. Although there are questions about the science behind some of these recent studies, causation versus correlation, etc. Scientists have been looking at this potential link between autism and acetaminophen for years, but the data, according to experts, has been fairly inconclusive at best. And major medical groups say acetaminophen is one of the only safe pain relievers for women during pregnancy. We're going to come back into this event once the president, if he does, starts to take questions or speaks again. So we'll leave it up there. But I want to bring in, as we've got team coverage here, our medical correspondent, Erika Edwards. Dr. Kavita Patel is also with us, as is Vaughn Hilliard. Erika Edwards, let me start with you here, because you heard the president in extraordinarily clear terms say, don't use Tylenol, as he said, Tylenol. Again, being clear, we're talking about acetaminophen here. Give us a context check on some of this, because there are some questions regarding what the president and his health secretary are putting forward.
Yeah, you know, this was an extraordinary announcement, mainly because of the misinformation that I heard from our president. Starting with the numbers of autism cases in the U.S., he was claiming that it was 1 in, I don't know, whatever, 1,000 just 20 years ago. Let's put it this way. In 2000, there was 1 in 150 kids with autism in this country. In 2016, it was 1 in 54. Now it's 1 in 31. And experts who have been studying autism for decades say that there's nothing new going on biologically, but it's because we have increased awareness and that we have expanded the definition of autism spectrum disorder overall. As many as 65% of pregnant women take Tylenol sometime in their pregnancy. And so, you know, the doctors I've talked with said that there's absolutely no evidence that linking acetaminophen with autism. In fact, there was a huge study last year published looking at kids with autism and their siblings, right? They have similar genetics, they have similar, you know, environmental exposures. There was no link with that major study. Hallie.
There's another question, too, related to, you know, why pregnant women would be taking acetaminophen in the first place if they have, for example, a fever. We know that some of these expert groups, these medical organizations have said that can actually be very dangerous for pregnant women, too.
Because fevers indicate infection, right? So if you have a fever, you take Tylenol to get rid of that, or to sort of bring down your body temperature. Fevers in utero have been linked to dehydration in the developing babies, and that could itself cause problems.
I want to come to Dr. Kavita Patel here, who's been listening along with us. One of the things that Erika referenced, too, the idea that we have a better understanding of autism spectrum disorder, that there is more awareness of it, is why this comparison that the president made to Cuba is one that experts question as well. This idea that Cuba has lower rates of autism because they don't use as much acetaminophen.
Right. We know also that the rates of autism have not necessarily been this massive shift just because of all this causality, which, by the way, even these studies between Tylenol were not done in a way where you could demonstrate that causal link.
Pause there. Can you explain that difference? Because that's super, super important.
All right, so let's take the Harvard study that you just heard about. That was actually what we call a systematic review that looks, it's a review of other studies. They included 46 studies, 100,000 people, lots of people, but it was a lot of different studies that were done for different purposes. And then they just retrospectively kind of looked and tried to see if there was any association. So I'll give you the analogy. They may have found that people who took Tylenol had children that had some sort of autism spectrum disorder, but they never necessarily also teased out if they had access to prenatal care, if they also had other things that could have contributed to that diagnosis of ASD. So I think to distill it all to some one thing cause the other is actually not reading the study the way that Harvard intended for it to be done.
We've also heard now the administration and these top health officials, as we're listening, obviously keeping an ear on this, wanting to make sure that we're getting the context checks in too, talk about offering folate and the prevalence of folate here to people who do have autism.
Right, and there's been so much that's been talked about, and we're still kind of hearing it unfold, but there has been a leak, and already now we're seeing the demonstration of this kind of link with a potential treatment for autism spectrum disorder. You heard FDA, NIH, CMS, and now the secretary saying that, well, we have this potential that could be a treatment for autism spectrum disorder. Let me be clear. Those studies have been small. They're promising. And I think what it does is it misaligns that we know that autism spectrum disorder is not one thing and there's not one manifestation. So is there a potential for leucovorin, which is basically a more active form of folate, which is a basic element that we should have in our leafy greens and vegetables? There has been studies that have shown that potentially the uptake of folic acid into the brain is one of many reasons that we can see a representation of autism in children. So I think that it's a very important set of studies to do, but one could argue, and I would, that we have so many other things that we could link and also explore. And so I'm very interested in what the NIH is standing up to understand, are there other studies being done?
Right.
And then I would love to kind of make sure that what I'm worried about right now is that if I'm a mother with a child with autism, I want to call and get on this medication. It's an oral pill given sometimes in 2 doses a day. Why can't I get it? Well, because we just don't know if that will actually help. And we don't want to give anything that could potentially harm or mislead people from a potential treatment that we don't even have for autism spectrum disorder today.
What if, Erika Edwards, let me go back to you and then we'll get to Von Hilliard, but Erika, if you are a woman who is pregnant right now and you're watching this and you're going, well, wait a second, what am I supposed to do if I catch a cold, if I get a fever, et cetera? The advice is always, of course, talk to your doctor, talk to your personal doctor who knows you and who knows your personal health. But I wonder what you've heard from experts as you've been reporting this out over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, here's the deal. I mean, whether this checks out over time, the damage has been done. Women who are pregnant or are considering getting pregnant are now fearful of Tylenol. They're fearful of acetaminophen. And so that's what folks who I'm hearing from are most concerned about. And so, yes, of course, as you said, talk to your doctor. But yeah, I mean, the fear is already there. President Trump mentioned vaccines. That's also been debunked time and time again. But the fact that, the president of the United States has come out on this national platform to talk about these things is really major, right? And it's something that scientists, doctors have already sort of looked into. And my big question is, why now? Why today is this coming out? Because the doctors I've talked with said there's really no new research that we haven't heard about before that's leading to this particular announcement today, other than the fact that the secretary announced that, earlier this year that he would have some sort of answer by September.
I want to explain to you what we're hearing from Kenvue, which is the maker of Tylenol. Again, we're talking more generally about acetaminophen, at least the health secretary is, although you heard the president very directly point to Tylenol here. And Kenvue says that we believe independent sound science clearly shows that taking acetaminophen does not cause autism. They go on to say, we strongly disagree with any suggestion otherwise and are deeply concerned with the health risk this poses for expecting mothers. They say, Dr. Patel, it's the safest pain reliever option for pregnant women as needed. And without it, and this is what I think is what Erika was speaking to, too, without it, women face dangerous choices, suffer through conditions like fever that are potentially harmful to both mom and baby, or do something else, use an alternative that could potentially be riskier.
Right, or pain. I mean, a lot of what we do is I've got patients who are pregnant with migraines, with headaches, with back pain, all sorts of things. And just weighing the risk and the benefit of acetaminophen for that mother in that situation is exactly what we do. By the way, we don't just say take as much acetaminophen as you want. We actually have, and the standards for the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, the American Medical Association, every single major association has said use it in a sparing way to weigh the benefit and risks, but not because we see this causal link, but just because we tell that to pregnant women about almost everything.
That's right.
I tell women to avoid nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs because of some risks potentially to the fetus. I tell women to avoid soft cheese because there might be a bacterial infection. We avoid alcohol and tobacco. It's exactly right. So we put this in line with where we see risk and benefit. And this is Tylenol, acetaminophen, is one of the safest things we can give.
But now, Von Hilliard, you have the levers of government that are behind this move, from Secretary Kennedy, who noted and longtime vaccine skeptic here, from President Trump as well, as they're suggesting now. Secretary Kennedy says that the FDA is going to initiate the process on the safety label change for acetaminophen here. And some of the language here, I think, is absolutely worth noting, because you heard Secretary Kennedy invoke the phrase, believe all women, which had long been used as a phrase since really the Me Too movement for sexual assault victims and survivors. And his suggestion is that you've also got to believe women, mothers, who have children with autism as well. The language around this, obviously political and health announcement, is, I think, worth talking about.
Absolutely. And when you're looking at the two men's relationship, there were a lot of questions that people were speculating whether Secretary Kennedy would be pushed out the door in the past weeks over the firing of the 17 members of the advisory committee on vaccines. And yet we have not heard publicly any reason from the president to question the actions of Secretary Kennedy. And, you know, I was out on the campaign trail with the two men in 2024, and then candidate Trump made very specifically that he was going to let Kennedy, quote, go wild on vaccines and anything else he wanted to go. And so, in large part, this moment here at the White House is affirmation from the President of the United States to the decades-old work that Secretary Kennedy has taken on. And I think that that is where, even in this moment here, you heard the president use, you know, sort of playing almost doctor role there in a way that it's hard not to take you back to 2020 during the COVID response to the recommendations that he was providing that typically would come from medical professionals. But the president himself said, quote, Bobby wants to be very careful with what he says, and he should, but I'm not so careful with what I say. And he says taking Tylenol is not good. Don't take it. There's no downside in not taking it. Now, we should be clear. Just minutes later, Secretary Kennedy came out and did, as you guys just outlined, provide the scenarios and reasons why taking Tylenol has long benefited women during pregnancy here. And so I think this is a relationship between the two men. You know, the president suggested that they first met 20 years ago on this. I was at Trump Tower back in 2016 after President Trump won his first race, in which he welcomed Kennedy up to the Oval, or up to Trump Tower. And there were a lot of questions about where these two men's relationship would go. And ultimately, President Trump backing the efforts of Secretary Kennedy here in real time.
Vaughn Hilliard, thank you very much for that. We're going to continue to listen in to this event at the White House. Dr. Kavita Patel, Vaughn Hilliard, Erika Edwards. We're going to keep you close as the president is speaking again. Let's actually go in and listen in case he does take a couple of questions here, just for a brief moment.
The term is used throughout this conference, so it's essentially Tylenol. And I just recommend strongly that you don't use Tylenol unless it's absolutely necessary. I understand it's maybe 10% of the women that are pregnant are, would perhaps be forced to use it.
Just worth noting here, again, medical advice from President Trump, who is obviously not a doctor, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. behind him, the health secretary. We're going to continue to listen to this in case the president does take a couple of questions. Let's listen for one more second.
Stronger from me than from the group because they're waiting for certain studies. I just want to say, I want to say it like it is. Don't take Tylenol. Don't take it. If you just can't, I mean, it's just fight like hell not to take it. There may be a point where you have to, and that you have to work out with yourself. So don't take Tylenol. Other things that we recommend, or certainly I do anyway, is, and it's so important to me to see the doctor 4 times or 5 times for a vaccine. Don't let them pump your baby up with the largest pile of stuff you've ever seen in your life going into the delicate little body of a baby. Even if it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you just break it up into, I would say 5, but let's say 4 visits to the doctor instead of 1. And certain things I think you should do. We've already taken out and are in the process of taking out mercury and aluminum now. You know what mercury is. You know what aluminum is. Who the hell wants that?
President Trump here, again, the manifestation of his health secretary's longtime vaccine skepticism. You're hearing some of the president's. He is just delivering advice to pregnant women who will listen. Dr. Kavita Patel, notable to you what the president's suggesting here.
I mean, I think it's kind of stunning because he even acknowledged that his own advisor standing behind him
would not go as far
as he would. So to say pregnant women should not take Tylenol, period, full stop, is pretty unusual. And then to link that somehow to vaccine schedules, as well as linking that to autism. If you can imagine, not just a pregnant woman, but even somebody who's thinking about what they did during their pregnancy is sitting there right now listening to this and thinking, what do I make out of it? And it's very hard when someone with no medical background is kind of offering unfortunately, medical advice.
And again, we're talking about acetaminophen, which is in Tylenol, and the makers of Tylenol, just to reiterate here, have provided a slew of other studies that they say back up their assertion that they believe that sound science shows that taking acetaminophen does not cause autism.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.